What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And in this particular video, I will be reviewing, recapping Love at the Lockup, Life at the Lockup. Season 2, episode 23, or if you want to go by season 1, episode 9, I think. But it is a season finale. I have a lot to say that they make sure that 9 times out of 10 that they're going to make a season 2. Okay, based on the end. But we'll get to that. This might be a little bit longer than usual, y'all, but I'll be whumping anyway. But okay. Anyway, shout out if you're not part of, you like what you see, you want to be part of, my YouTube family. I'm here. I'm ready to expand. Okay, let's go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to like the video, so YouTube can help get this video a little bit more likes. Us as creators, content creators, it helps get the videos out there and being more noticeable. You can see me. Okay, so anyway, y'all, if y'all heard the breaking news, unfortunately this morning or later on last night, I have also watched it Auntie's Vice channel, where she would talk about this Shelley's World as well. She does reviews, like mini reviews and information. That's your YouTube channel. On like 90s Day, Fiance series, and Love at the Lockup, those type of shows. I seen those Starcast this morning. Now, I don't know, like I said, I don't know what's happened last night, this morning, but unfortunately, Tracy has been arrested in the state of Texas, where actually I guess she's from. And, she's have her hair shed. She looks discombobulated even more. But she was caught with a controlled substance. So, and then based on the way the Texas law straightened this up in this 3-strike out, she may unfortunately get years in jail for this time. And Clint wasn't arrested. I don't know if he didn't have anything on, even though, let's be real, y'all, I didn't talk about the last review, but how he looked like he went off to go, do, some stuff, his own stuff. They always go talk about Tracy when he looked like he'd been on some substance as well, okay? So, I don't know how he got out of this, so I don't know if he's going to stay, whatever, because this literally just happened, y'all. So, I don't know if he's going to stay with Tracy's time or keep on moving, or that's somebody said that's why they haven't really been posting in the last, couple weeks, whatever, because something just seemed, with this happening, I guess why they wouldn't be posting, because this just recently just happened. So, that's pretty sad. So seeing this scene and seeing where he went now, but we already knew it was a train wreck. But like I said, is the thing is she needs help, and let's be real, so does Clint too, as far as like for substance abuse. But like I said, it's sad. It's sad when a situation is going to be negative or come back, like this, for example. But you also knew it's not surprising, because heck, their behavior was still showing as if they were both using still throughout when we had watched them this whole season. Okay. So anyway, it's just in my head, and then like I'm just gonna go quickly about where they had it when they went to renew their vows, and then now they still together. They again show that scene. First they show again one mother effing crack, and then it went when she first got out of prison. When the first time they got married or allegedly married, because remember, supposedly there's been some things say they weren't really married until they got married in Las Vegas. And then I want to point out too how she's in the confession to my wife. We said I love you. I'm never gonna let go of you. Blah blah blah. Your best thing never happened to me. And this and this. This is what Tracy is telling Clint in the confessionals. And I think Shelley's word was able. She had screenshotted on Tracy Instagram or whatever. Tracy has a toddler. She has a whole child, a baby. Not Clint also has a child as well, an older son. He's still a kid too far out here, but he's early teens or something like that. But she has a whole little, a little baby, a toddler, 2-year-old. Her baby just turned 2 or something like that not too long ago. And it just messed up like, so you saying that's the best thing that ever happened to you? You got a whole baby out here. You're a mom. And it's just messed up. But, like I said, no words. But like I said, they about to get married. Like I said, they showed when they first met, I guess after she got, was released the first time, and showing flashbacks, and they get together and renew their vows and then walk. He decides that let's walk down the street there, and he is in this little tuxedo, and she's in a wedding gown. And somebody says, congrats. And somebody said, girl, don't leave him, girl. And it's like, well, so looking at the scene, y'all, after unfortunately what just happened earlier today, I'm just looking like, So they happy at the moment. And by the way, I also noticed that they didn't show at the end any updates. Neither. They went to showing the preview of the next season that's going to start next week of Love at the Lockup. Okay, whew, so that's them. Now, Brittany and Marcelino. Let's get them out the way as well. And the Lizzie thing was kind of quick too. And then we go to the last one. Of course, I'm going to save the thruple triangle for last. Okay. Now, in the case Marcelino and Brittany, they going, to their hearing. Like I said, I thought they had another hearing August 6th as well, and they never sent an update about that. But they come out there, they still talking on their way to the court, and like Marcelino said he thought that he should have left, but Tito was making it seem like Tito was kind of the unreasonable one to a certain point. Still like, bro, you did that. He didn't act that way and like came to y'all and tried to attack you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you went and caused this to happen. And then they show that clip where basically, he still, even though Tito was one who started, it kind of looked like Marcelino finished it. Okay. But okay. But that's not my business. But anyway, so after that, they're in the way to court where they meet their lawyer out and they come out. They also show Tito with, I don't know, it's the same girl that he was with last year, and they showed him from a distance, okay, going in. And they come out where it is, they're saying, it makes it seem like as if it's permanent joint custody where Brittany has 60% and Tito has 40, and they're, coming out. But like I said, I thought it was temporary, and it still was coming to, you know, um, like the final custody wouldn't be at least until we just have passed. So I don't know. That's just to be continued, I guess. So, but later on we see Brittany. She's up there, with a banner with Gio, so because she's happy now, because most of her, that she's able to keep her son and was able to lose him, and she's up here doing some banner with Gio. Gio was like, "I'm gonna make something for Sasha." That was just two adorbs. So then, Sasha calls, because Brittany admits to professional how she misses Sasha and stuff. It's still kind of sad that what had happened. And Sasha and her are speaking on the phone, and you got Marcelino as they holding their baby. The baby just sitting there like this. It was amazing when you'd be seeing these little babies and they'd be looking like little dolls, but they just be sitting there and they'd be quiet as heck, and either they'd be asleep or their eyes be open, they just be looking like this. So she just sitting there like this, like she's trying to hear the conversation herself. So they were asking Marcelino, because Brittany had Sasha on speakerphone. They were asking, which, I guess, where she was serving her time at, and they said by the church, and they knew exactly where it was. So the idea was, since Brittany can't see her, then the next best thing to do is, I guess, outside the window, because Marcelino used to sometimes, well, we already knew, used to be calling right in front of there. We know. We know, y'all seen the last season when they were introducing us, how we used to call Brittany. So they went, and it was cute. They took the, they little munchkin with them, and they go in front of where, so she could see across the street, because they said at 8 p.m. And the surprise was, but I also paid attention to this on their way there, that Gio asked, well, because Brittany had explained that, Sasha can't come out. And Gio like, why? Why can't she come out? And here go Marcelino. He was like, oh, she's grounded. So I ain't gonna lie. I agree with that. That was a good comeback, because I just would be like, but I be used to be. You said he was grounded, and I the little man understood. So they go there, and they got their little better side. They got, the little baby that they got too. And, Marcelino got a little girl like this. I was about to thought he was going to do the whole circle of life, from Lion King opening. Okay, turn here. And they had to sign. At first, I was just going to say, I love you, Sasha. But it says, will you be the godmother? But it was blinking the light. So wherever she was at, she had a window where she could see them. So it was a dope idea. And it kind of made me kind of, Marcelino got my heartstrings a little bit, because he, in the professional, changed his mind. I guess, obviously he agreed that if Sasha wants to be, the godmother, that's allowed. Because he was saying, like, the position that she is, it's hard, to have people to have your back, basically. And he says, like, she's basically became part of the family. I could have sworn, I've rewind a couple times, but it kind of ended where you kind of like, oh, okay, this was kind of a cute ending. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. But anyways, so let's go into the Lizzie and Scott fiasco. Now, actually, she does come the next day after, like, if we find out that Scott has been using, using drugs, even though he was making like so much better because it's not heroin, it's not certain drugs, but it's still substances, it's chemicals that he is addicted to. And if you want to include in what they would call like a process addiction, I think I hope that's correct. I hope I don't waste my time with a few little addiction study classes I took where it's stuff like gambling. It's not where you're using like substances or whatever, or such as like being addicted to alcohol or pills or anything like that, or chemicals, but like such things as gambling and shopping and stuff. So it could be said addiction could be he was addicted to Lizzie and invested in her, where he was investing where he can say like, you're going to take care of me because I did this, put money on you on this and this and this and this and this. So they go back to the scene where Lizzie comes the next day because she says she doesn't want to be with him and stuff like that. And for this reason, this time actually she has a legitimate reason not to be with him. And he still is like, what do you mean? What do you mean, whatever, right? So she's going toward the car and he's the kind of like, she's like, you know what? I'm going to leave. I'm done with this. And because already, I don't know if this confession was the same day or before she left, where I forgot to mention when he went through the letters and all this stuff and had his credit cards because she threw everything. He kept showing she needed to throw away, tear up and throw away for guest letters, whatever. And then when he left and walked off the set, like, you tramp, and she walked the other way, whatever. Okay, so that nice guy, that crying stuff he was on, and kind of like having like one of those anger moments that could have been one, the drugs in the system and making him kind of like angry, or it could have been his anger period. But here it was. So he is telling her like, what, you about to leave me as much as I did for you, blah 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 blah. And Lizzie's like, no man, I'm about to go. Let me get the heck out of here. And he like, even asking her, well, who was it? Now, this is the part that confused me because he's like, was it anybody else? Blah, 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 whatever. When going, and then here, Lizzie was like, we were not together. Wait a minute. Now, Lizzie, remember, was mad at Scott just for Charlene being in the place and even thinking that Jasmine was there. Remember, she was claiming him. And then they were just together for 5 seconds ago. And then she broke up with him 5 seconds later once she found out that Slash, kind of like gave him ultimate about Charlene. But once she found out it was in drugs, then she broke up with him again. So were they together or not together for 2 seconds? Okay, whatever the business. But I know she still didn't answer to say whether or not she was with somebody else or not. Or did she, again lose her re-mystic born again V card. Okay? But anyways, that's her business. So anyway, she like, I'm trying to go. And I did notice that he was like, you better get blah, 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 spazzing, whatever. And he's opening her door. And she's like, get away from my car. And I could understand that point because you don't know what he was about to do or whatever. Even though the crews were there and stuff, we see how fast they came to help out Tito. And Marcelino stopped by, and we see where they go. They will have like, it seems like bodyguards. They ain't, like some of these reality shows where they got security on deck. So he was like, well, go then, And then, he likes to throw money away to a point like, this is what would have been me in real life if I was there. Okay. Now, say he threw his money, but I bet, would you stay? And he throws just like he likes throwing damn things at time. I mean, I wondered he played baseball back in the day, whatever, because he sure like to throw ish, okay? So he gonna throw his wallet and, you can see bills. Bills, maybe a couple 20s, whatever. He was like, I bet you stay. Liz still was like, at least the editor, whatever. She was like, you know what? She still drove off and kept going. And he was mad at him. Oh, I did for her. And she just turned to me, blah, blah, blah. That monster started coming over, right? And he got a stick, and I first thought based on the previews, like, he might was going to hit the car. But hopefully that was his car. Not to say that made it better, but hopefully it was nobody else, because he takes a stick and starts hitting the window. I don't know if it was really busted or not. It looked like a Saturn View car. So, but anyway, y'all, I don't know if he picked up the money. He really just left it. Like I said, when he gets mad, he wastes his money there. Now, here's what the me, y'all, probably. Now, first I would be scared. I'm like, what the heck is going on in that video? Wait a minute, is that money? Just say if I was just walking this tour and happened to know somebody in that neighborhood. This might be me. Maybe, I'm just saying. I'll be like, excuse me, y'all. Talk to producer, but I don't want to just be picking up money because, just because he threw in the ground don't mean nothing anyway. But, excuse me, I want to just ask permission. Is he going to get that up? Okay, is that okay? Waste not, what not? Okay, you said it's okay. He ain't coming back for it because I know he about to kill me. He said, okay, whatever. Yeah, can I sign something? Like I said, do not let that go to waste. Okay. All right, but anyways, so After that, we see another scene of Lizzie, and it's our first time that we see her mom. And her mom's been taking care of Jasmine past 10 years. Jasmine is about to actually graduate from high school. So for what I gather, this is the class 2019, right? So I'm like, go ahead, Jasmine, because I'm a part of class 2019 too. Okay. So anyway, I guess they about to go to her graduation. So her and her mama, Lizzie, her mama, Lizzie's like, this is the first time she's been in a family function that she's clean and sober. And, her mom even talks a little bit in the soapbox confessional on the side, separate about, because of the drugs, caused problems in, of course, their bond and their mother and daughter bond. And they're talking for a second, and then you see Jasmine come down. And even, they show the cake, and Jasmine was like, "Where's my name?" Because they had it, but it's one of those cakes I guess you could decorate um with designs and stuff, but Jasmine's name's obviously on the bunch of sprinkles. And then she explained, she ends up saying right in front of Mama Jasmine, like she did admit she went to go see Scott. And first I thought Jasmine like, Jasmine, don't spaz out on your mama because you're 20 years young. And hopefully she don't run no bad people. But what if her mom, would she like it if her mom or and her granny had a problem with if whoever she decides to be with, you know what I mean? And I'll turn my back on you because I don't like him. Don't do that. But Jasmine was right. He was the wrong person. She was like, "Well, do you want to be with somebody like that?" But Liz was like, "I realized no." And she told, like, she found out that he did drugs and stuff. So she's like, I'm not there. I'm gonna focus on my family. Blah blah blah. She's like hugging her daughter's like, "Just don't effing do that again." Oh, okay, I was surprised. Like her granny's cool with her just cousin like that. Okay, whatever. But it was kind of cool that it ended with everybody was hugging. And Granny, Lizzie's mom, aside Jasmine's grandma, like let's do a sandwich, and they all hugged and they all walked out. And it was a cool move how it ended with that. Okay, so that was another nice story. Okay, like I said, Clint and Tracy was a hot ass mess, and knowing what the heck happened there, it was a temporary so-called little ending at the minute. Okay. So, anyways, let's get back to Lamar and Andrea. Now, Lamar Ladrea, there's still that she's hiding in the bathroom, making it where we're going to have this conversation, and I'm in the bathroom. And she finally opens the door. He's able to open up the door. And you talk, he's like, okay, give me back my stuff. But he ain't like yelling nothing like that. I do give Lamar credit that it could have been a very ugly ass situation where he could have spazzed out and, it would have been popos at the door and, in handcuffs, whatever. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to fight. And she's still getting, no, I want you to stay here. I'm doing this for the family. Blah blah blah. I have you stuff. You talk to you why, but at the same time, it's acting like she don't understand why he's mad. Okay, like really, and it gets to the point where he start getting his stuff on whatever, and he get mad. You know what? I'm just gonna leave. She was like, but you ain't got your stuff. You ain't got your ID or nothing. Blah blah. He was like, I don't give a f, and he started leaving. He just basically drove around to cool off. Okay. And then she's like this, oh my gosh, I mean, he must stay here. I'm doing the best for my family. He's, for that ghetto play, whatever she said, whatever, like, because that place isn't safe. And, his cousin, this person's been shot, killed him. And that's sad. Um, and that's sad, whatever. But at the same time, it's just her tactics of doing this is like, this is a grown man. And her trying to build a man or whatever. And even say even if he wasn't a person who served time in prison or nothing like that, those tactics 9 times 10 most people wouldn't be cool with regardless. Even if they never, the closest they've been to a jail prison is either they visit somebody there, worked at that facility, or drove past one. Okay, so that's what I'm saying is just them games and stuff. Like I said, wait, I forgot. I'm calling her Andrea. I'm supposed to call her Latasha Straightjacket because she was giving me nothing but straightjacket vibes in this damn place. Okay? So, anyways, he comes back, calm down. She's still trying to justify if what she did, but she still got his ID. his ID, his debit card, his balls, just, his manhood, just everything damn near she's trying to hold on to, okay, whatever. And he comes back to basically talk to her like, he's really tired, he gonna go. And she's basically like, I'm trying to do the best for the family, still coming that talk right. When she talking and blah, 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 crying, blah, blah, I'm just looking at my nails like, should I keep it this color? Should I, change my color? Do something, maybe do a hair mask or something next week, whatever. What am I gonna do? There's some new shows coming on this week. Because I'm just like, what is up with her? It has to be a backstory and her going to this extreme to be with these people. And they're not even her family. They're not even her lovers. I said, Michelle seemed a little bit cool, but they're giving me coke. It giving me coke tease. Okay? Not club, coke tease. Okay? So, because it ain't like she can't be a Mormon in Cali, where they stay at. Okay, I know it's very few black Mormons. I used to one of my former classmates from about 5+ years ago. For 2 semesters, her mom, and she came from originally a Mormon environment. Okay, they were black folks. Okay. So it's not surprising me hearing that, but for her acting like there's no way, and I mean, wait a minute, we don't know if she really likes us that too much. Shoot. Okay, so but I mean, I'm just saying, it's not like she can't go there and look for other people in that environment where she can meet other Mormons, okay, and possibly, and still, Skype and visit once in a while to the people that she's with, okay, but she's acting like Utah itself is the most safest place. Okay, but anyways, so she's still talking about what the kids is on the way with us. So he got mad. Yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention. When he left, y'all, the first time, he like this. He had her phone and like, I'm taking this. And she acting still confused. Like, why you taking my phone? My kids gotta call me. Stop. Stop. Why you taking my phone? Miss Straight Jacket. Why you taking my phone? My kids gonna call me. But she didn't she just followed him a little bit into the door when he left the first time. When he came back, they had a talk, and he basically was like, I ain't trying to do whatever, but she, whatever. And he's like, he has stuff that's tied there. She's still having her reason to so-called, try to say, why did you stay here? And basically still talking that same BS. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to go back to LA. Okay. And like I said, I don't know if they're still together because shout out to my YouTube sister, YouTube cousin, Jayla, a self-esteem queen. I mean, she's no longer like YouTuber. She still comments on Rob, but she sees Lamar on a regular basis. Okay. And I believe that rate. But, but I don't know, but she never mentions Andrea. So I don't know if they separate, whatever, or if they might come back for season 2. We don't know that yet. So, but anyways, y'all. So he's like, you know what? I'm about to leave. So she does give him back his stuff, whatever, right? And and stuff. And she's like, I forgot to mention, yeah, because she was all trying to tell him where he was going to go when he said he was going to book a flight, whatever, she did get information. When she was even trying to threaten him, like, what are you going to do with this traveling pass? When he left the first time, what you going to do? You ain't got your travel pass, you got this. I would have been told her, travel on these nuts, travel on these nuts, because she just was trying it. She was lucky that I will give Lamar credit this, that he could have really spazzed out, cameras there or not, because that game she's playing, that was too much, okay? So she's trying to say, okay, well, you need to be U-Haul. First she tried to say, oh, well, give it 6 months. Then she says, well, come back in 3 weeks, whatever, and I'll have everything together, blah, blah, blah. So and then when he left, he's like, okay, no, I'm still leaving. So he got his stuff, and because she even was trying to have him stay, to leave some stuff back, whatever. What's she trying to take his stuff for? She trying to take, you know what? I'm going to leave that alone, but what does she need some of his articles? What's she going to be laying and sleeping with? I don't know. It just... But anyways, he was like, I'm taking my stuff and I'm out. And so she's still in the bed crying, wishing Brad bad prayers and controlling prayer, whatever. And then she want to get in the confessionals, y'all. And I'll end it on this note, and then we go to the / triangle couple, and then I'm done until next week with Love at the Lockup franchise, okay? So anyways, she's all talking about, well, who else is gonna cook for him and clean for him and do this for him and do this for this? The kids and me are supposed to come first priority. And then it's like this unsaid, but I'm like, why she keeps talking like only the kids that she had from previous relationships are the only ones that come first priority when he had a daughter. And maybe he does, hopefully he still does have contact with her, but she just refused to be back on the show, but um it's like here she just talking about he never gonna buy nobody like me. Who else gonna be with him? Blah blah blah. He's addicted to me, and blah 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 blah, and everything else. Just getting big headed. And here's the thing here. If he was addicted to you, which is a dangerous thing, if a person is addicted to you / says to you, that's how dangerous it is. But let's say if he was, like, if she had him wrapped around her finger, got whipped pill, whatever the case is, and whatever. First of all, she wouldn't have to go to those extremes because he would have called his PO himself and made sure the earliest he could get transferred to Utah, he would have that. He wouldn't even have to not tell. He would have told her from the beginning if you try to get his best to get to Utah. She wouldn't have to play these games of trying to hypnotize him to go into the cult. I mean Mormon religion. And stuff like that. Because if her cookie and her cooking is so fantastic, then she wouldn't be sitting there crying by the bed. She wouldn't sit there and wouldn't have to go to that extreme just to get somebody, okay? Or get him where they think that's playing games. You're not even naturally even wanting him to be there. So when she want to think that she better than whatever, let's be loud and clear. You're supposed to think you're the greatest, but don't ever think, humble yourself real quick. Especially when she got so much to say and belittle other people. But if you that bad on one of the greatest, or whatever the case is, or you that good, because even if you had the best, quote unquote, best of everything, that does not guarantee somebody's still going to be with you. And the measures that she took, that little immature straitjacket she just did, but like I said, she thinks she's that bad, then he would have been there. He wouldn't be like, baby, let's look for houses. Without her having to go to stream. She wouldn't have to play some sneaky games or possibly get, whatever. If she would have had that wrong and an a-hole as a husband or a guy that she was with. So, and but that's what I'm saying is, it's like, girl, bye. You need to get yourself together. What about your kids and still coming there and start all over if you have to? Because it's like, but she's like, he didn't care nothing about me now. Towards when he was leaving before he left. Surprisingly, he did end up basically saying the first time that I recall him saying that he did love Andrea. But he's like, the Mormons in her head and all this stuff, whatever. But if it keeps going on this type of thing, whatever, then we can't be together. Because even before she left, she even tried to say, like, you starting arguments. No, this came up because of your actions, okay? Now, that was wrong him, like, he planned to go out with his family and not tell them and all this stuff, and they supposed to be sitting there watching all the Dr. Seuss, all the remakes of the Grinch Stole Christmas that wasn't in the theaters yet at that time. But other than that, this is something that she did. She's the one who sat here and belittled and looked at his family like they were less than and had a bunch of stuff to say. And people, if they weren't on that good smoke, they would have been, somebody would have really checked her. I mean, she just trying it. She thinks she high and mighty. Reality ain't hit her too much, okay? But anyways, bye. Now we got the love triangle. So they actually start off the beginning where Michael is saying about a divorce, and he's sitting there in rain, chilling, having her lunch break of some breast or Similac milk. I don't know, And then Sarah still was just like this, and there was no mention of her having this divorce paper, even though she's gonna bring a confession. Little does he know, I'm surprised he did this in front of the kids, and little does he know I had the divorce papers. But what? You sat there and waste some paper that could have been recycled because she had no intention. She wanted Michael to still fight for her. So her playing this game and going to the lawyer, she wanted to dangle his face. She was expecting, like, you know what, you keep this up, we're going to get a divorce. She wanted to do that, but she wanted Michael to fight because she was just surprised. And she tells the oldest daughter to go in her room, and they still talking. And here they go, this talking, and this is usual. I did this for you, I do this for blah blah blah. And we tried blah blah blah. And then, but she asks Michael, and again, he claimed he wasn't engaged to, engaged to Megan, but he said, but I loved her, and I told you that. Huh? You never told me that. I don't recall that neither, but okay. And then he's like, well, we don't talk every day now. It's not irrelevant, but he still loves her, but they're just not at a good, complete place now where they're talking about blah. But then he basically admitted that he was only stayed with her for the sake of the kids, and try to, because he was like, even that's why I proposed. Basically, what it said, like he basically married her to get, be able to be around his kids or child at the time or kids, because he was like, that's why, he basically said it ended up him saying and that that's why he proposed to her was only get kids. That's why he's married her. Like, things pretty much have ran down his course, whatever. And Cyril's crying, like, I did this for you. I thought you were blah blah blah, this and that and whatever and blah blah blah. And sorry I wasn't a good wife for you, blah blah blah. And just that type of talk, whatever, right? And Michael, of course, confessions like, she still wants me to be the same, but she had to accept that I, I'm not the same person and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, okay, the reality is, based on what I've seen, and probably most of us have seen, like, they need to move on and get a divorce. And if there's a rare chance in the future that it's meant for them to be together, then probably. But right about now, Sarah needs to work on getting herself together and the kids, and they need to co-parent. But I mean, I know she was also saying partners. Well, just because you're the father, when you would have got out, I don't know if she was referring one about their first child, means that you could be around the kids. So the thing is it's just like I said, you just do the co-parenting thing, whatever. Like, like he said, he married her only to see her kids, and she has to say some stuff questionable. I'm like, well, did she really? Did she try to keep the kids from whatever, or with the whole thing with the first child, whatever? I don't know. But I got a point where I was kind of tuning them out because it's back and forth, and it's like something that should have been done, and I'm still was waiting for her to get those divorce papers. But anyway, y'all, if and then this is when I knew he really kind of made sure to say like he was like over it to a point where he couldn't pretend anymore. When she's crying and said, "I wish I could have done this or whatever," y'all, she's swinging in the chair. Michael gets up, right? I'm thinking he's even going, he would just give a little hug, like, stand over, like, it's okay. You know what he did? Rain was, by that time, when they back and forth and edit, and they still talking about the reality of this non-existent marriage on paper only, but, like, at the same time, not existent as far as how it should be, y'all. He went to Rain, who is now chilling with her being pacifier, and, the little car seat just sitting there. He up there tending to her, make sure okay. He didn't go back to Sarah at all. He just like, you know what? It is what it is type of thing. But he didn't go to Sarah to make sure it's okay, you don't have to cry. He just was like, oh, what about the baby? Is she all right over here? Okay, she good. She good. Unless it's a bonus clip or something they edited out. I sure didn't see it. So, anyway, then they have a month later. And this is where, y'all, it might be a couple clues. And they slipped and said it in a preview. Now, first they said, like, I don't know if it was Sarah name, but he said real quick, Megan and him were in the confessionals. Michael and Megan, right? And he was like, if I had to school to see my kids, whatever, school the girl to see my kids, I think he would say Sarah. And I could have sworn to say Sarah. But I noticed they didn't bring it back in last week's preview. But it was the preview a couple weeks ago. And what happened was, they talked and they never talked about it again. I was like in the confessionals, like just like Scott and Lizzie was in one. And what happened was, it says a month later, after it seemed like 11, they showed it seemed like the next day or something, that we see Sarah is leaving by herself, and packing up the kids and going back, and she just saying like, now, she gave us 7 years, kind of like the reality that it's done, something like that, and so she's getting ready prepared to go back to New York. And so then we see 1 month later, and one month later, and the way when Michael's mom and his sister Dede came out, like, hey, how you doing, something like that, I could have sworn they made it seem like not only was mom one later, it made it seem like as if he was no longer living there. Because when he showed the information, he was like, yeah, I got something to show. And they showed the paper. And I first, because I was like, oh, no. Did she ever put it on child? I ain't about to say the CS where child support work. Yes, I am. And he is finally off parole. He said the first time in 7 years he's off parole. He off the tether and everything. He letting his hair, get some breathing for a second because it's out the braids. Just got his hair, in a ponytail. And he's off here. And he tells his mama says he's on his way. Sarah and them haven't been talking ever since the divorce. And that's what I'm thinking, like, why is he talking like he hasn't talked to them really consistent up? They kind of been in a standstill, haven't talked anymore about the divorce or whatever, right? But I'm still like, wait a minute, why is he talking like as if he has not been living with them and stuff, okay? And so, and by the way, when after he came from Sarah's, right before the mother, I want to leave this part in there too. you know, Megan's still trying to hold on to this mess, I guess. So he calls her. He just got through with visiting Sarah, and he said originally they were go out to the dinner, but she just started telling me, he was like, I'm thinking about finally we're going to get a divorce, and she was like, do you mean it? But you know how Megan go back, yo, for first she makes it seem like she's willing to still work out him as long as we get a divorce, and then we know earlier she was trying to say, in another previous episode, y'all, like well, even if he gets a divorce, I don't know, and we can work it out. Rolls my eyes. So, anyways, she talking to him, but she was like basically still not sure that he is really worried about divorce. Because I was surprised, y'all. This happened too when he was like, after getting out of the conversation, he was just like talking. So basically, he was just giving her an update, and then here we got Michael on the phone. He was like, I love you. And I thought maybe I didn't hear her say it back, but he was like, did you hear what I said? Do. So I was surprised about that. Because she literally hung up and she really didn't say it back. I'm like, oh, okay. So, but like I said, we go fast forward back to where he's off parole and stuff and getting his life together. And like I said, his mom asked him what it's going to be and with the Sarah thing. He says he's on his way to like straighten some stuff out with Megan and Papa with Cedar. And we got the mom and the sister. He go to the sister saying, are you sure you still want to talk to her, be cool with her after she cheated with your homeboy? And then we got the mom take confessionals. Like, even though he wished that Sarah and him would work it out, and Megan was the one who caused these problems and stuff like that, but she also said to him, like, you know what, even though I'm not cool with this, I gotta accept the things you're gonna do what you want to do, and I'll just be there, blah blah blah. So he's on the way. But let me say this real quick. Megan became fully responsible and basically became a mission. Like, she's talking about boyfriend's wife just had a baby. Once she found out through this show, the first season, that's when she became responsible of quote quote ruining stuff on her part, and she became foul. But before then, she had no idea. She thought she was engaged, and maybe he was half-ass engaged to her. But just the time slides to Sarah to say, about the so-called how much of a relationship him and Megan is. Okay, whatever, right? But in the day too, like here they all keep talking about what she did, what the dude. It's just Brad was the principal thing that she kissed somebody that's supposed to be, but he did not think wrong. But it's like at the same time, the baby was conceived. We gonna look at her angle. She was in the wrong after finding out, and they're thinking like his mom and his sister, where they basically owe him her apology and certain respect and all this stuff and running stuff. That's where she's wrong now, okay? And then she still messing with him. But it's just like at the angle, I don't know. When stuff ended up, was like it was saying, like, were she saying that ruined their marriage from ever since she was Megan find out, or saying from the beginning? Because Michael chose, just like Megan chose to be on some BS, Michael chose to be on some BS, and throughout, basically what Sarah said, the whole time she's been with him, he's been on some BS ever since, on and off, and been dibbing and dabbling, okay? But anyways, because he still say I done some things, she done some things, and blah blah blah. Okay, whatever. Because he's like he loves Megan, but he's like, but can't trust each other. They have to learn to grow because she did some foul stuff or whatever. Blah blah blah. Okay, whatever. So he's on his way there, and interesting enough, when he get in the Uber lift to, he's gonna pop up whatever randomly at her house. Look, maybe her daddy's house. I could have sworn when he got there, it was like when he knocked on the door, he said, "Come in." It sounded originally like the dad. And that'd be interesting. He would pop up out of nowhere, but he was like, "I'm just gonna pop up. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna pop up." And somebody calls, and he has on speakerphone. We don't see no FaceTime or nothing, and we don't know if Sarah and her so-called black scent or whatever. And he's talking to a girl, and somebody. She was like, "So how you doing? Well, what you doing?" He's like, "Mine, working." And he was like, "So what you doing?" She was like, "Well, because I'm thinking it's Sarah, because we all know he ping pong, just like we got arguing with Sarah. Then he called Megan, with this divorce talk. Then he called Megan, just like when he was mad at Megan. Then all of a sudden became concerned about trying, about to, he don't care if he get arrested. He gonna see his, get, possibly get tracked by each other, go in the middle of damn snowstorm and stuff, and go see the birth of his second daughter, he goes back and forth because those are his two main ones, parentheses. So, anyways, but It was like some lady, but like I said, I thought it was Sarah, and it might be Sarah, and it might be somebody else, whatever. Because he like this. The girl was like, lady was like, or whatever. I just got work. I'm tired of. I got these kids. He was like, are the kids okay? And she was like, yeah. And that's it. All right, I'll talk to you later. Blah blah blah. And that producer knew that wasn't Megan on the phone. It was, but he was the producer was like, was that Megan? He was like, no, it was just some girl. She called me at the wrong time. And I'm like, wait a minute. Well, usually he says Sarah. When they call, your BS, you usually know the names, either Sarah or Sarah, one of her black sins, or one of her New York accent, whatever. But this time we didn't hear that. So all of a sudden, when he get to the door, right, y'all, and I'm looking at the time because I DVR'd it. I didn't start directly watching the show when it came on. As soon as he gets to the door, because he's like this, oh, they rich? Let me find out they rich. What do you mean we let you find out rich? What, you going to pretend and want to actually propose to her? You want to get married to the family, Mike? What you talking about? So anyway, he goes to the door, he knocks, and Megan comes to the door, even though I could have sworn I heard Megan's daddy in the background. And then he comes, and here you got the damn credits. And he's like, hi, how you doing? Because he's like, he got a sticker to tell Megan. Remember, they've been acting up, but this time, they don't even show us. They even show at least the confrontation between Sarah and Megan. They didn't show Ish. When I see the credits rolling, I'm thinking he about to tell her whatever's going on. If he's back with Sarah, or if it's another female, whatever the case is. All I know is that the credits are, yeah, it's nice for you to be out here. Hey, it's nice to see you too, blah, blah. Credits. Now, here's the preview for Love After Lockup. Really, y'all? Really Love After Lockup? Life After Lockup / WeTV? Really? I mean, that's a cliffhanger, okay? Because, like I said, I thought whatever he was going to say, it was probably going to be a cliffhanger of her Megan's response, or whoever it is, you know what I mean? But yeah, y'all, like I said, Sarah still never gave him those damn divorce papers, and that's what it is, y'all. That's credits. That's it. That's all I got. There's nothing else to say. Like I said, I know it ran a little over, but yeah, y'all. So to make sure we watch this season, I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you for the people who have been with me, whether it was the first episode, the beginning, or just this episode alone. I appreciate it. Hugs and lugs. I definitely see y'all next week. It's time for me to go to bed. Oh, y'all. So yeah. All right, hugs and lugs, y'all. Take care. Night. Have a great weekend. All right.